4 in the lobby. They want to crunch ramp at the same time. Going to give Nico room to take some space, cut off a rotate. They're going to start running. Bro's hiding in the back.
Young trying to bait them in, and it's all to tee up Bro in at the orange box. He goes unchecked, but they've seen him now, and he really needs to get one from this position.
Nice.
Gets out with the first, but that's the end of the line. Hunter will be able to find him. Now trapped in this duel versus Krasnal and co as they move out through hell, but Hunter, oh man, lays waste to them. And so a beautiful 3K from Hunter tees up this pistol round in G2's favor. Demka left up alone, and there should be no hope for him here.
G2 need to win this and then need to follow up in the final game of the day to go through to the spot egg if they want to lift that trophy again or even be in the running. This would be a disappointing finish. All eyes, all expectation on G2 today. But Monte love breaking your heart. Already eliminated Cloud9 from this competition. Well, they have a hefty rotation in this round, right? G2 sneak down B. There's no info for Monte, but they read it right. 2 players in lower, and they wait for Krasnal's contact before Demka peeks. That's a big kill for Monte. Getting rid of the rifle in B, he will follow up. G2 clear out the hallways. And Monte, they had a plan, but it's been uprooted. Unless they can catch the lurkers in the lobby, G2 can go stick it at B. They're still hesitant. And they're actually coming back up. Could this be their undoing? SDY looking the wrong way at the wrong time, but he turns on a dime. Monte, 3rd kill of the round right now in a 2v1. Warren makes noise, and Nexus shuts him out. G2, it's not clean, but it is a 2nd round. Oh, we don't have a break. We don't have a flash. They can pop through and push outside. The MAC-10 makes it by, and Hunter gets 2 from top. Nice tap for Hunter. Coming in, warmed up and ready to go. That's a great sign. He's looking for the ace in this round, but low HP. If you want to play it smart, keep your money and throw the nade. Hooksy ends it. G2 a cleaner one to keep the confidence and economy up as Monte come in with their 1st rifle round.
Hooksy's going to lead the charge with his MAC-10. That's that first volley of util, but G2 knew this would just get a reaction out of Monte. They were ready for this, so now they lobby in that same bulky util again, and this time the result is far better. Burning alive as Demka falls, and some Young's only good for the 1. This one should already be a done deal. G2 already looking good to take this round. There's not really much for Monte to hang around for.
There were spams available, but they're gone now. Fate comes through. Well timed by Hooksy, but he again peeks back into main after the smoke fades. He does get caught. Shouldn't be a worry here. This might be a kill for Warro if Monte plays, but wow, the timing. And that may kill Warro. A 2nd from death. And Monte lose everyone here in this gun round. That's even an AWP for Monte to make matters worse. I love the double pump exec on that A site for G2. Like you said, it forces a reaction. Firstly, it makes Monte think it's a fake because no one pushes with it. But then any bit of util they have is out. The 2nd volley of flashes, and you can just see how lost they are on the site. Demka runs back into a Molotov. 5 thrown in the round for G2. And they take it clean to flush out this rifle outside, and the AWP is still jumping around looking for a kill. Flash pushes them off, and a fight is taken, but Nico wins a 2nd. They never knew about
I was gonna, are they ready? Are they ready for a 3rd guy? Towing this line over the wards outside.
They don't need to commit, right? They have the numbers, G2 can group it, they can just go for an upper hit or even ramp take.
Yeah.
The danger is Demka could flank, and he's actually used that information better for his team. He's told them to get aggressive. They're taking the lobby as the bomb comes back in.
Yeah, this is a nice look for Monte, right? A man down, so moves have got to get made, and Monte pieced them together. They've aggroed up through the hut. Spam on a Bro is brutal,
What?
and Krasnal gets deleted. Nico having a round here, even follows up with a bit more damage on the spam. Here's the backstab from Demka that they don't know about. Demka round in the palm of his hand right now. Monte cancelled out his teammate, and so Demka's got to do this alone. The nade will find Monte. Just Hunter, but a quick swing, and the lobby control regained as Hunter locks that one in at the end.
And even though they died to some incredible peaks for Nico, Demka almost wins the round solo on that backstab. double kill, nade onto Monte, but it's Hunter who lurked out ramp, climbed up the rafters, and drops into the A site to save the day with a crucial trade. Oh my, this is an explosive beginning for a 6-0 start. Monte getting close, but they just can't quite break through.
Nico's been a huge part of that, right? We've seen him even have like these streaks of getting entries, but here's something a little different. Waro on the back of that lobby aggression secures the 5v4 for Monte, and they even look to take it one step further here and now. That all posted, but Monte brings us back to a level playing field for a moment. Some die young, dons the AWP. He'll get chased down by Nico out in the yard. G2, for the first time, feeling a bit of pressure here. 2-on-3. And HooXi and Nico are worlds apart. The bomb has been discovered, and it's all eyes on HooXi. They know where he is. Nice. They know he wants this bomb. And so they'll bait the shot from him and tee up Krasnal to win the round. Monte are finally on the board, but their work is not done yet.
Positional play as G2 set up for what could even be a fake here on the ramp side. They don't necessarily have to commit, they just have to cause commotion. Warrior's gone back up top, they leave another lurker on ramp, but now Nico gets to play. Lobby take denied by the 2 from G2, and now with 20 seconds, Nico, they can't wait for him, they just have to hit, but it's all gone swimmingly. G2, they are pulling Monte apart right now.
It's a resounding no from G2. Great work there to deal with that crunch into the lobby. Something that has uprooted the game plan on occasion from the G2 squad. This time, that deed does not go unpunished, and Bro's not even going to get out. It is merciless. It is ruthless as they hunt down everyone, and G2 immediately get loud. They lose that one round, and now they're back to screaming. They're back to celebrating. Kaz even joining them in that. And I mean, he knows the impact that winning that round has, right? For Monte, they're faced with an awkward decision now. They get put on the back foot in a big way. G2, that was the kind of momentum break potential in this game.
I want to see Monte play more aggressive in future gun rounds. This is not one of them. Monte's got the lock-in shot for Waro, and they can go wherever they want.
Yeah, they're leaving a lot of options open right now with the real estate they own. Nexa back in the lobby, Hunter moving up into heaven, and now they look to exert their control down on this B-bomb site. Nico will facilitate that. Nexa just peels off. He says, guys, look, if you want lobby, you can have it, because you can't win this round from lobby. I can assure you of that, Monte.
Had a decent amount of experience under Apex, but a new level we were seeing out of this roster, and they're getting better every game, and that's my point, right? After taking down Vitality, facing G2, there's no guarantee that G2 win that game. They continue with the pressure on lobby. To be fair, G2 only have 2 players here. Maybe there's a way in.
Nico with an equalizer out in the yard.
How did he do that?
He's just running and gunning. There's the support from Monte Zorp. And so even as they find these kills back in the lobby, the only way this could feasibly get out of hand was if Monte were to uproot this bomb, and they're not going to commit that far on the push through lobby.
That's the only round they've won where they found the bomb.
But it's hardly even a position to go from. Nico about to find his match up here in the heavens. Timing's everything, and looking down the ladder right now is Demka. Nico will secure that, and with that kill, the A site looks ripe for the taking if you're G2. They don't look like they want to commit. Nico is just faking this, the bomb, and their real objective to cross down lower. But that's nice info for Bro. When you see him drop out of heaven like that, you anticipate this play down lower. That's an awkward miss on the molly, but they hear the tag. Krasnal down the vent, and HooXi will overwhelm him. Molly goes in, Bro's got to go through. It's left up in the 1v1. Monte versus Bro. The doors are open, but will they get closed on the round? Flash into the smoke, and Monte repositions, tucks himself in over towards Dark. The performances you've seen from this AWP from this guy. He's the one you want left up in the clutch. And as Bro moves in, missed shot from Monte, uncharacteristically so, but he's not going to give you many more chances. He's not going to give you any more chances. He takes that one at a time. And so Bro gets all the kills, 4 in the round, but none of the glory, because that belongs to G2 as they are running away with this half and with this map.
And even though Monte misses, it matters not, right? It's the perfect reposition. You saw Bro never even considered that side of the site. He knew the bomb was on left side of door, and Monte crossed while the smoke was still up with seconds to spare. It was the perfect play. He wins it from just staying alive. And like you said, even breaking loss streaks in the present, they're going to keep it up. There should be no way back in this game for Monte. Final round of the half, a 5-on-4, but these haven't mattered before. And Nico's walking smokes, 2 kills on a plate. He will tuck in.
Nico just finally looks comfortable again in this match, at least. He looks like the Nico you've known and loved, or I guess hated if you're some of these teams over all these years. And it's just fantastic to see. This is the form you wanted the defending champions of G2 to show up in. And it might have been disappointing at times. It might have taken Monte having to do the unthinkable, be the impossible. But it's all aligned for G2 here. Just Waro between them and a damn near flawless half, looking for 11 rounds for this map to be as good as done. They want today to be quick because it's a war of attrition here, and G2 just might get their wish as they steamroll Nuke. And that might be all they get if they don't find this pistol. It is surely a done deal with G2 running away with Nuke. A map that they have had their struggles on as of late, and they might be about to completely change that. Hell of a redemption arc here for the G2 squad, but not the start they wanted in the pistol. This Monte T side still has some legs on it yet as they try to salvage this one-round game. The pistol is a necessity.
Oh, that's a big escape for SDY. If he dies there, that can open up the chance to retake, but now it feels impenetrable on this A site. Got 4 players locked in position, and the bomb ticking in their favor as well. It's a spot for Nexa, but no chance here. Monte get to hold on to this game, get to try squeeze something out of a second half in the most dominant map we've seen from G2 yet.
Yeah, I think if you're Monte here, right, at bare minimum, you want your players to feel like they had a chance to play, right? Yeah. You want them to warm up a little bit before you're 1 map away from elimination. That's the bare minimum. The thing they're shooting for is that round-at-a-time comeback, but that's how you've got to take it at this sort of scoreline.
And Nexa, who's not really been needed, will be now in this round to perform. He spots them coming round, but they spot him. Headshot angle is ready. Nuke holding it. Nice shot for Nexa. He won't drop off. He wants more, and he goes swinging. It's an ugly spray. Bro gets the trade, and Monte can drop B. They've already thrown smoke, so G2 have an early rotation.
I know usually you see Nico with an AWP, everyone hand starts sweating, you get nervous. This is just picked up from Monte. Hooksy gets the spot about this being the topside play. Can he lock in one? Whoa. Nico rings out with the AWP in the meantime. That was Waro trying to flank Heaven. He was meant to be the safety net, but it might end up being the downfall of Monte here as Sumdai Young walks to his demise, and Hooksy withstands that hit of the top site. He was in that all alone, and he's able to get out with a double kill with help from Nico on the AWP over at Hell. G2 steal that round away from Monte, and that's in spite of the man advantage residing with the Monte squad. The slowdown comes in, the crawl into that top site with the flank from Waro.
How will it be used? Ramp shadows often given away. Bro's going to hold for it. He gets no warning. He hits his shot. Monte creeping in with the AWP will get the trade and can block on the ramp side. G2 4 kills from a map in the pocket.
And what a statement as well, right, on a map that, as we've highlighted, has been a problem for this G2 squad. If teams have been looking to potentially punish pick this against G2, this is sending a big red flag. They've been putting in the hours, they've been putting in the work, looking to refine their Nuke, looking to bring it back up to standard. And this would be one hell of a feat to accomplish, to land such a dominant win, to open up a must-win series for the reigning champs in Katowice. They want to do all they can to dodge elimination here. And this is one hell of a way to do it. Demka finds that one kill, but it's all come unraveled here for the Monte squad. Bomb down out in the yard. G2 looking to drive home a dominant win. It's just Warrow, and just like how this ended so often for him out in the yard, with him falling, it's that again, but to close the game, chased down from the man outside. G2 open this up, looking lights out, hype across the board. A Hooksy hype man yelling and screaming at every round win. A good performance from the three-man star core that you expect to step up. And for someone like Nico and Hunter, these two have both had their struggles. Let's get into it then, shall we? Monte, I think they are looking for a pistol round here. They need a pick-me-up. They need something to look forward to. And so getting off to a hot start, that would matter so much for a team that arrives stone cold to that last map. But Hunter immediately puts them in caskets. 2 dead up on the short side. It's Bro and some die young, run down by the USPs. But there's something. There's that glimmer of hope. Might just get extinguished as Warrow falls. Demka left up in this one alone, and he brings it down to the 1v1.
Oh, it's read well. Demka doesn't even fake it out. He just pulls knife and he runs to that B bomb site, knowing Hooksy was on the big flank. Perfect read, and he's going to have position as well in the post plot. Bomb going down, taking the P2K and into the 1v1 where Hooksy is now on the clock. Demka sits back, he waits for steps, he waits for information, but deep down he knows exactly where Hooksy's coming from. Call's been made, spot's been had. Hooksy in the back of the site. Demka playing with his food right now, and now Hooksy has to rush him down.
This could be the mental boost for Monte. This could be more than just the 1v2 victory out of Demka. This could mean so much more than that, and he holds on to it. So a hot start for Monte as they lock in the pistol, and that just might re-energize this squad, give them a little bit more to fight with, a little bit more presence of mind. LMBT mentioned that comms were the problem. They looked deflated in the player cams. They looked out of it across that first map. But with a stellar clutch out of Demka, will that bring Monte back into the fold?
It has to, right? This is elimination on the line. You can see what it means to Sumda Young. And it's only Nexa on this B bomb site. When Vertigo got added to the pool, he was playing in G2. He was a rock-solid anchor on B, but it's been a long time since those days. He's got to hold strong. Good first kill. The smoke gives him room to escape as well. Monte are flooding in.
I mean, Nexa basically got a free ride on that first map. Here, he's spammed out after one, but he at least buys ample time for the rotates and keeps the numbers looking pretty for G2. They flood this bomb site, they overwhelm Monte. And so it's a lovely first rifle round, a good foot put forward from the G2 squad.
Monacy to middle. So while they can still play retake on A, it's not an issue. It's not like G2 really have the util to play like a solid retake round. It's just Hooksy with a molly. Maybe that goes in sandbags, but you'd love a smoke or an opening kill. Nico will provide instead. Looking to end the round on his own terms. 2 openers. Sure, plant the bomb. You're not going to get much further.
And he just looks so much better today, does Nico. Really rising to the occasion. Hunter in there alongside him, and it's these two that you needed performances from. Wow. They provide. Nico goes on a tear to shut down that assault of the A site. 3 kills from him, 2 from Hunter. That's what you want out of these guys, and that's what's been missing for G2 to get them to this position.
Yeah, that's why you give him the AK as well. Clinical headshots for Nico. Misses awkward timings on what was seemingly a guaranteed kill, but then he goes on to find a triple, and Hunter the last 2. A full house from the Kovac cousins.
So yeah, just dropping down, doesn't spot that player over the connector, so will get run down by Bro. That's a Glock kill. Gets a little awkward now with a missed shot out of Monte.
No.
How much more risky can this get? They've just seen some die young. Oh, sorry, buddy. In this corner, Nico will rein him in and finishes it with a tap.
That was the most beautiful, ugly round I've ever seen. You know, that should not have gotten so close. Monte lets Bro get past.
Nico's going to play close on this smoke fade. He wants to fight this. He's got support from Hunter. It was these two that uprooted the last A play. But on this fade of the smoke, there's too many bodies, too many players. I think Hunter does really well to get out with a double. About all you could have asked for there. But now it's going to come down to Hooksy on the Monte AWP. We'll find out if Monte's all blessings have rubbed off on Hooksy, and they have not. A missed shot leaves it all on Nexa, who just might have something to say before this round is through.
Got a molly.
Doesn't play for it, instead just creeps up, uses this time to get a little closer to Krasnal, and deals with him. Nexa stands tall, didn't really need him back on Nuke, didn't really have much to show for, but that 1v3 there puts Monte in the dirt. A heartbreaking round to lose if you're Monte. You think you've done all the heavy lifting right here when you get past the double ramp play. And that's where Nexa arrives on the scene, pulls up with a 1v3.
And that just keeps vibes so good right now, because G2, they need that round to not spiral.
What the game plan is. Monte on a tight angle here.
Won't miss this.
Nails that shot to Sumdai Young. The rest of Monte are forced up through the ramp side, but they got to flush out this orb. 7 seconds, it's down to the wire, and G2 playing to deny that sprint through the smoke out of Hunter. Sees G2 continue streaking these rounds together. Yeah, that missed smoke, a little awkward here for G2.
Hasn't
usually gives you a bit more options to try and fight for this control, denies that fast run up through the short side, and it's because they're here so quickly. The Hunter is blindsided. Demka's Galil finds one. Monte trying to make this stand, and he returns the advantage to G2 with the double, but he is low, out of the action now. Someone else should have to be this hero.
Lucy's been good for it. He's had some great rounds in this game. Monte gets spam bomb. Nade comes in a little bit too late. They do escape, just about squeezing around the corner. 2-on-3 here. And there's no kit right now. There should be one down somewhere in the site. It will be on short side. G2 got to get a move on.
Demka peeking first. Tap on the bomb. Will he take the bait? Swings on up, but now that he's lost Warrow, he's got to play for the clutch. He's got to play on his lonesome. Monte might be low, but he's the one to reel this in with 4 off of that AWP, and he's at 3 health for the final 2. Still playing with the confidence of a full health player. And with the performances he's given us here in Katowice, he's got good reason to do so. Doesn't miss a beat on that AWP.
Yeah, it's the kind of performance in a group stage. If he keeps it up and G2 make a run, it's an MVP level performance, right? He just has to be consistent, and obviously G2 have to keep picking up these W's.
Still a bit of a feeling here for G2, that creeping silence across the map. They leave Monte at B-side solo, but it's only the tag to Krasnal. That's actually a huge deal, losing Monte in that clean of a fight over towards B. G2 don't really know where this one's looking to end up right now. Monte are assaulting both bomb sites, and so it's going to come down to the individuals here, piecing it together for G2. Nico dead over at short, and that's the bomb spotted, but it's only Hooksy left standing, and he is worlds away from this A-bomb site.
He used his nade to try and finish off that low player that Monte tagged, but there's 3 tagged up Ts, and he's not in position to stop that plant either. They plant for CT. They're going to take control. They're going to try and crunch on Hooksy here and not let him live with the gun. He's gone, and Monte are back in with a round. Every now and then they come through with a clean one. That will keep their heads above water, avoiding drowning in this T side.
Yeah, and they do a great job of making that super stressful for the G2 squad. It starts with that tag out of Monte, and then as Hunter's trying to kind of rein in the A control a little bit, just trying to play for that info in a stressful situation when B goes dark. 5 rounds should be a guarantee.
They're running this.
Morris holding. Oh, Hooksy! That's a Hooksy peak right there. Swings it wide, but reined back in by Krasnal. A beautiful spray, well controlled, and the flank shut down.
That's still that USP tap. But I don't know, Harry, is it just me that feels like it's inevitable for G2 in this series with the way they began it? Am I getting ahead of myself?
You can never sleep on this squad, and sure, they might have arrived a little cold in Katowice without all the practice time, without all the officials under their belt. But this is a team that don't just want to buckle under the pressure. They want to show something in Katowice at least. This retake from G2 in a round where they can't afford to go slow. Little bit of util for the other side. Smoke and a molly. You can use this to shut down some of the available angles, make life a little easier for yourself, but they fight it dry, and that's a decision they come to regret. Monte looking for 6 at the end of this half, and Monte locked out of it. Denied that tear in the clutch. Monte successfully tie this game up. They've still got more fight in them. There's another map coming down the pipeline, and that's before one more series to lock in a Spodek appearance.
Oh, we don't wait long, do we? Crunch in middle. G2 take both kills, and this round is basically theirs on a platter. They fake the footsteps, they reset, but they've got no control on that B site. That seems like the goal for G2.
Yeah, this round is now Demka or Bro go absolutely huge, or Monte go broke. This pistol going against them, and with Bro chased down, Demka trying to do what he can. He taps out one, but this should be the end of the line as he's thrust into this impossible clutch. They'll chase him down, they look for him, giving him chances only to strip them away. It's G2 starting strong in the pistol.
Feels like Monte has like double armor, dude. When he's low health, it makes no difference. You can't put him out. Hooksy hoarding CTs on that side. Bro makes a step and he's been spotted. He might not even escape here. Trapped out behind green. G2 are here with a vengeance.
Ooh, the initial fights come up trumps though for Monte. 4-on-3, and suddenly G2 are reconsidering. But the thing that's awkward here is that Hooksy started to leave his position over on A. He wasn't prepared for this to go so wrong. And so as he goes back in up short, he needed that kill. Suddenly the Monte force buy is massively favored as G2 are locked out all across the map, and there's no solutions from Nico. It's Monte or bust. 1v4. Now's the time to show why this guy's worth 600k.
Only that? Well, it might just be the save here. 18 seconds. Wall comes in with a swing. Monte takes a tag, and Demka will finish it off with that found rifle. Puts 2 on the board for Demka.
Purchases in these second rounds at its best. You've certainly seen it at its worst, where they don't find this level of impact, where they don't get out with a save, they don't restrict their opponent, and you see how that one, you know, it comes undone a little bit, but it still allows for those earlier AWP buys and whatnot to come out.
And I think Bro's got some spot here. He knows Hunter's in position. He's going to try and close that distance. Hello, Hunter, and goodbye. It always was meant to be about Monte and Nico in this round, but now it's really only Monte and Nico.
And as they go out mid, look at the Monte rotate. Look at this lean back. A great read on what G2 can possibly attempt next. The only gap was over here in mid, and it's quickly been plugged. Waro 2K stands tall. A multi-kill from the captain. Not only performing individually, but poising his teammates there to deal with that mid-split. And so I think really now, looking to rip the lead out from G2. And right near the tail end of Vertigo, it's perfect timing for it. An all-in play up through the E-ramp, and a mow-down from Bro. He slaughters those first men in, and Sundai Young will finish the job. So Monte up 9-8 as G2 bring out the guns.
A more standard smoke. It's G2 covering gap. Demka goes for a break peek, and the nade will go in even deeper, but G2 with that space taken. There's 3 CTs here, all ready to fight, coming through the smoke. Nico's dead, the flash has nothing to Waro. Oh, he doesn't see! Hooksy gets right by with a double kill. Krasnau tucked in his sandbags. He has a route to escape over the smoke, trying to fight Monte, and his own game is a headshot. It's not enough, he goes back behind the sandbags. Monte doesn't know. For all it's worth, he may have escaped. G2 are telling themselves they have no util to break this out, but the pressure is too much. Krasnau comes swinging with a flash, and he will fall. G2 squeeze the advantage out, and they can go back.
Yeah, I think it would have been very easy to get caught up in the chaos of that round. With the frantic work up through ramp. But G2 need to capitalize on the blinder that Hooksy has given them to open this, right? That double was crazy. As they move up into the B site, 2 players already in position for Monte. Once more, 1 step ahead of the G2 squad. Bomb plant naded, brought down a little lower. Hunter softened up and chased down. No mercy from Monte as Nexa caught out in no man's land. And the celebration is epic because Monte know the impact that winning that one has. They're a man down. Hooksy double entries up through ramp and nailing it in that 2-on-3, and they deliver on both fronts.
Yeah, G2 try and pull the wool over their eyes. They walk the entire way back, but eventually that timing breaks. They have to start sprinting, and Monte here from middle. They both set up. Perfect clutch. Nexa pulled out a 1v3 last time. He couldn't close the 1v2 here.
They're just going to try and walk it through the front of the ramp. Missed shot from the Monte AWP. It's info gained, and Warrow keeps throwing himself back in for more, but a couple of misses. Can this be a way back in for G2? There's those nades you talk about, and they rain in. They find Nexa. Nico dead, fighting from ramp side, and Hooksy left up all alone. Bomb plant is for him, but what are you expecting to do here? The captain in real rough waters, and he is overran, overpowered by the Monte retake.
A molly and an HE available, but do you want to use this so early? Monte gonna fight for ramp. They regress through the smoke. No flash, no problem, because Monte absolutely rid G2 from the ramp.
Yeah, Nico's swinging the top side wide, but he's got to stand tall alone, and Warrow will not let that happen. This AWP might have missed in the last A exec, but this time it is hitting right for Monte.
So much firepower on this roster. So willing to take fights. And just look at how G2 gets shredded in seconds. At 120, the round is over.
LMBT talking about how comms were a problem, players in their heads. But that's not the case anymore. This walk up through shore, it looks like a blessing for Hooksy, but nothing found. And Bro drives it home, executing 2 out through mid. This one a done deal. This one over. And Monte don't ever let G2 in on this T side, with the exception of that pistol round. They might be about to win every single rifle round, and that is a statement in and of itself. Repelling a G2 that looked in form, that had all the win conditions lined up after that start on Nuke. But they do it cleanly here on Vertigo. They are not ready to give up. Today was always going to take a monstrous effort from whoever earns that spot in the spot deck, and Monte is showing that they are prime candidates right now as they force us onto a third. Flash play out through B main. Kraz now here on the dualies, but they're ahead of that flash. And so Monacy starts this strong. You're going to need big numbers out of this guy, and that's the start you want. 2 kills from him in the pistol. G2, a much needed leg up after getting a rough hand dealt to them back on Vertigo.
Any other map in the pool right now, so G2 get to dictate the pace at the start of this decider. Don't let them breathe. Taz fighting to get back in the spottic as well. History on the line here for G2. Monte have that force buy. It was an inevitability, and look at the stack.
Double push out through B main. Hunter tries to kind of contain it, tries to control it, but can't manage it. 3-on-3. Monte able to reel in G2 for a moment. Sam Young's got this fight in middle and is just toying with Nico, but can't finish the job. Double push out through dark is spotted by Hooksy. Lovely info to go off of here. I thought Nexa would go take space, but instead he's going to come back and assist, try and get this bomb out through the rugs. Nico is very low, so Nexa coming back is a requirement. And with Demka dead, the danger may be dodged, maybe navigated as Nico drives the Galil through the back of Bro. It's a well-contained second round from G2.
Give this one some consideration as they hear the util land. They aggress elsewhere. Flash through the smoke. Next goes for it. What a send. And Demka, back-to-back, is dead. Monte can't afford to just save every round. They have to contend for this one. SDY knows he's on the timer. They're splitting him yet again.
Krasnal and Bro fighting back-to-back over towards the spawn. They're kind of on top of each other here, and you can see Krasnal wanted to try and get that space further forward, wanted to try and push through, but the molly denies it. And so already for Monte, this one should be a done deal. They can't justify this. They didn't justify the 4v5 in the round prior, so how do you justify the 3v5?
They're stuck between a crossfire from the CT spawn and Long B. Monte need more space in these mid-rounds, or they will be left saving again, and again. Warro's going to get his kill, but they are coming for this one. They want that AWP out of his hand, and he is dead from the mid-side. A hugely impactful hunt here for G2 as they take out 2 of the 3 remaining players. Monte have nothing to rely on.
Look at that little extra bit of attention for Nexa. I think he is really benefiting from this much needed confidence boost because he's played so aggressive in these last few rounds and he's been finding great impact from these main pushes.
You can see G2, they are tightening the net right now. The rope around Monte's throat here into this A site. Yellow dot's getting closer and closer to Demko, who plays passive for once. He's going to get some damage off the next, but he's down on ammo, and he's dead in the smoke. Hunter comes through from the mid side. G2 yet again win a round off of a kill or 2, and that is all it takes. They are so constricting.
It's got to come from somewhere. But right now, there's been nothing in this for Monte, and even at the end, these hunts are constantly getting punished.
Ouch.
G2 are really trying to deliver on that punish of never giving them room to breathe. 2 guns saved out of the round.
Good fucking job.
And this is where those championship level teams like G2 should be showing their mettle, should be showing a better mentality. It's been something that G2 has struggled with in the past, but in these games, even though the pressure is on them, they are the favorite. They are the big names, and they have to perform. G2 are doing that right now. Oh, the gamble. They have to get aggressive to find out where this bomb is going. It is going B. There's 3 in A main. It looks like Monte are going to make a move. Nexa, even a kill here is big information for G2, but Monte clear him hard. He has no idea that 3 players have just crept through the water. Hooksy turns around.
Oh, this is awkward for Hooksy. This is the bomb on his back, and while Nico could offer up assistance from mid, it's really on Hooksy holding the line, and that's where the AWP meets him. That's where the AWP gets the bomb away from G2.
What?
And as more players drop in, it's pigeon shooting for Warro 2K. Not another off the AWP. He will eventually get silenced, but it leaves G2 with nothing. 15 seconds, walking into a stack. Hunter tries to lead the charge, but he's cut down, and Monte will be silenced. There's the round, and it comes from the captain of Monte, swinging out through main with that AWP, barreling down on G2.
But they still go quiet. The second barrage is when they commit.
And all firing off early isn't ideal. Now they know there's 2 players inside of the site, but Monte keep pulling bodies in, more moving over. 4v5. Last time we saw Monte save here, but this time they're right there. They want to get involved. They want to try fight for this, and they don't like what they see. G2 with the reply. A swift uppercut knocks Monte out of the round. As Demka battles back from the heavens, a brief glimmer of hope swiftly extinguished by Nico. It's now only Demka, his position known about, and a 1v3 to embark upon, and this is a round that he can't even attempt. Whether that's man advantages, whether that's the round count, the weaponry they bring forward, they have been constantly on the back foot. And we don't have that hero piece. We don't have that hero player yet. Sundar Young dead in middle. Demka tries his best to hold the line, but it's going to come down to Warro. It was him delivering that double down in water that made the 1 round that Monte have possible. But you need a repeat of that now. But Krasnal still a ways out. Even this retake is slow to make a move. Bro is trying something here around the smoke at stairs. But he tapers that aggression right till Krasnal arrives, and good spray to open. The bad shot Not a bad chance. You've got to capitalize on these. You haven't had many of them so far, but it's a quick tap from Hooksy. Okay. And the follow-up. Hooksy nails shot after shot. And it's the captain getting loud, standing to his feet, standing to attention. A commanding lead for G2 as Hooksy puts up 3 to defend that bomb plant. And to defend this strong start from the G2 squad.
Yeah, he was never brought here to frag out in the server, but he's had a good series today. He's had some crucial rounds. He's doing the same on Nuke, but now pulling up essentially a 1v3 as Monte's tucked behind the pillar. He kills everyone on that retake, and Monte feel like they cannot catch a break. And Hooksy just heard the AWP there, so he won't re-peek it, which actually gives room for Krasnal to get close. They're going to crunch mid together. This is Nico dead into Doorknob. He takes one with him. Hunter helps out. Krasnal on the big flank, and they're murdering G2 right now. Finally, a 2v2. It's as good as it's going to get for Monte.
Are you ready for Warrow? Wanted to get involved at the start of this round, but another missed shot sails past Monte. And when it's Monte you're up against, you don't get many of those. You don't get many misses. He will punish you. So as Warrow backs up to main, tries to retake this angle, the site is conceded, but Warrow can still harass. 2v2 settles, and Monte goes looking for his AWP counterpart back at main. This fight decides the round, and with Warrow winning it, it's gonna fall onto the shoulders of Nexa, but he's low on health, low on chances, deals with that first man in. Can Demka finish what Warrow started? Yes, he can. And so a much needed round for Monte.
When he was a liability, G2 were just pounding him on those A hits, and Demka now has somehow risen to the top of the team. It still needs to be so much more.
They fell prey to it that round. They've seen it in many rounds gone by. Couple of flashes to try and set Nexa up over at main, but it's good blocking util. They blow the smoke open, they fight through dark. And so now Hooksy relegated to the sidelines here in the last round of the half. And it should become obvious to Monte that this is the A play. Monte still holding on to the back line, and with Monte, they've got more players behind than they do moving in for this retake. This is very slow in what is an obvious A take out of G2. They haven't been down on it yet, but these 2 players inside of the site withstand the initial pressure. Nico bought out by the Warrow 2K AWP. This one is spiraling from the G2 squad, and Monte is overran. Monte chained together 2 rounds at the end of the half. That leaves them with 3. Will that be enough?
And a completely whiff smoke doesn't make things any easier. That was for the B side, but instead they're just going to have to pop through with pistols. Hunter's here to make a multi-kill happen, but he can't find the first. Explosion into the site for Monte, and only the captain of G2 in tow.
Monte need this as their lifeline. If they were ever going to get back in to this series, if they were ever going to stand the chance of longing it out versus G2, it hinges on winning this pistol. They get to a good start in spite of the missed smoke, but now they've got to withstand this retake. It starts strong. Nico's head's on a swivel, and it's down to the 1v1. Nexa tap on that bomb. Demka taps him out over the smoke at main. And so the pistol round falls the way of Monte. That lifeline has been extended to them. And now they've got to grasp it with both hands and not let go.
Yeah, Demka's recovery in this game, in this map specifically, is nothing short of impressive. 0-6, a liability in the first half, still top of the team, while SDY goes quiet. The stars of Monte for G2 CT side, 3 players in the site.
Honestly responsible for middle, but even that's on a bit of a timer. He can't withstand it for long. Instead, it's this main push that they try to reel in. Nico still here and still fighting forward. Locks down that bomb back in main, and this first rifle round for Monte is now in dire straits. It's left to Bro, and they know where he is. They've got him boxed in, and he doesn't have that bomb to play with. A great performance from this guy back on Vertigo. But expecting him to pull a round off like this is unthinkable. Blocked at main, flanked through middle. There is nothing available to Bro here, and he knows it. G2 have collapsed down upon this bomb. They've put a wall up, and Bro cannot break through. Just the one kill to Hooksy, and that is all that will be afforded to him as G2 start strong with the rifles. An immediate read from Hooksy and the rest of the gang as they stack up strong on A and they stack right. That is a feel-good moment for the opening round of your CT side.
And no one better than Nico to find those kills as well. Nexus sets him up by swinging wide, and Nico plays right beside him. He finds 3 kills off of the A1S spray. Fantastic work. Final bullet frag drops the bomb to that heralded arena. Nice angle. Light damage done. A nade to follow. Bro's in trouble. Hunter's getting run down as well as Tech9 can be terrifying up close. The pressure put through the smoke. Monte can't explode yet. With Molly's down, it will force them out. They run before they bloom. Monte in the middle of the open. Only good for one. This is getting awfully close right now. But Nico comes in again and saves the day. 11 rounds for G2. Nico, multi-kill madness back-to-back. Putting G2 in his backpack.
These are the performances from Nico that G2 have been missing, right? And it's reassuring to see when the pressure's on, when the situation calls for it, Nico is able to deliver this because he's looked rough across the last few days. He's looked rough for a little while since the move, but man, like... And with it going against them, this just might herald in the close for Monte. Nico, a chance to put some extra flair on it in this round, as he will get face down in mid, but it's only the Glocks to worry about.
The fact that you're even ecoing at this point of the game screams desperation for Monte. They want a rifle round. Nico will send them there. 4 more for Nico. 21-8. The champions of last year's Katowice are back, and they are trying to get there again. G2 could be anywhere. And with noise being made, look at G2 adjust, rotate, move players back round. Nico gets aggressive, and a kill found yet again.
And G2 can feel it. They can feel that they've done enough here. They've been in the heads of Monte throughout Anubis. They've had star-studded performances from this 3-man core that you want to see deliver for the G2 squad. And Nico here, by the time the 3rd map has rolled around, he has awoken. Finally landing in Katowice, and right when G2 demand it. Next, Stella holds over towards A, but he is bested immediately. Nico is still in the round, and as long as his name is up on the screen, as long as when you hit tab, you never feel safe. And they're even looking to do damage on the exits. Monte getting out of the site here will not be free. You don't want to lose everyone. You don't want everyone to fall. Hooksy trying to maximize that damage, can't hold on, but Monte can. And so those guns are kicked to the wayside. Monte win the round, but they lose so much on the exit.
Will be the perfect remedy after that save. Monte executing A, and Nico and Nexus side by side.
This time that's the change, isn't it? Nico was out of position in that last retake. This time he is burnt to a crisp from this util. If he can get anything from this HP, from this angle, he's done what he had to do in the round. Now it's Nexus, now it's Monte, and that AWP beats out from the heavens, and it beats back Monte. G2 hold on. And they get through this 3rd map with their heads held high. One more best of 3 between G2 and that run into the Spodek. And they show us exactly what we needed to see to inspire confidence in this roster.
Yeah, back-to-back grand finalists here at Katowice. They needed to show form in the group stage. It does arrive a little bit more delayed. One more game for G2 to make it. Monte, a commendable run here, defeating Cloud9, competing against G2 on Vertigo, and taking that map cleanly as well. But taking down the big bad boss was never going to be easy. Great energy from Taz as well behind the boys as G2 close it out in style.